Your Excellency, Mama Rachel Ruto, First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, our Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Madam Ngeno, Your Excellency, Governor of Nakuru, Madam Kihiga, my colleague PS for Environment and Climate Change, Festus Ngeno, our Member of Parliament, who is our host, Honorable Kakaria, all protocols observed, our Secretary Generals for NAT, CAPTCHA, leaders from the teachers' unions and associations. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. Your Excellency, allow me to begin by thanking you for this great initiative of FLAMA. FLAMA is a very brilliant idea, and we have seen our young learners really exhibit or rather demonstrate their environmental skills, and I want to in a very special way, thank you, Your Excellency, for coming up with this very noble initiative. Allow me also to extend the gratitude to His Excellency the President for his support to education sector in general. We have seen a lot of support. For the first time in this country, we see the budget of education going beyond 700 billion Kenya shillings. We have seen the number of teachers. We have seen very many initiatives from His Excellency the President, and through you, Your Excellency First Lady, allow me to thank His Excellency for the vision of education generally and for the investment and commitment to ensure that education works. And we have actually seen that in our children. Coming back to FLAMA awards, I would want to say, Your Excellency, that competency-based education and FLAMA is one and the same thing. I say that because when you look at what the children are doing here, when you look at what competency-based education is all about, it's all about competence, it's all about skill, it's all about talent, it's all about taking care of environment, it's about our national values, it's about a whole society approach, which is really reflected in these FLAMA awards. Your Excellency, through your leadership and guidance, as a Minister of Education, we are aware that only 2,000 schools participated in this 2025 edition of FLAMA. But going forward, we are going to ensure that all our 45,000 schools are mainstreamed in the FLAMA awards. I'm going, with your leadership and guidance, I'm going to be issuing a directive to all our schools through their environmental clubs that FLAMA competition will be the in thing. And the students will be competing, and we shall be expecting them to national. And that was one of the results of our meeting yesterday with CAPTCHA, which was really a very important direction you gave. Finally, Your Excellency, as I wind up, allow me to make a further commitment that we are going to work with your office, together with the Ministry of Environment, together with the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, and together with all stakeholders to ensure that we profile FLAMA and take it to the next level. Allow me, Your Excellency, also to congratulate all the participants, and more particularly, all the winners who have come out of this FLAMA competition. I want to thank the schools, I thank the teachers, the judges, and all the participants, and say that this is the beginning of the journey to conserve our environment. I want to say thank you very much again, Your Excellency. We are really very much committed. We are on board, and thank you for your great vision for environment, because environment is everything. And as I wind up again, when you look at countries like Singapore, what transforms Singapore is environment. And as a country, we are on track to transform our country through initiatives like FLAMA. Thank you very much for listening to me. Allow me now, Your Excellency, to invite our partner, engineer, Daktari, Festus Ngeno, who is our leader as PSS on matters Flama. Let's put our hands together to invite engineer Festus Ngeno. I am new, but he's just inducted me into the deep sea very fast. Karibu sana, engineer.
Your Excellency, Mama Rachel Ruto, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rebecca Miano, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, Honorable Susan Kiiga, the Governor of the newest city of champions. Your Excellency, they just concluded Tokyo Champions Olympics. 6 out of the 7 medals that were won by the girls come from the region of Nakuru. So Governor Susan is the governor of the newest city of champions. So I think the guys of Mazingira and Nandi, they have to rebrand themselves. Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok, the PS responsible for State Department of Basic Education, Honorable Kikaria, the host MB, learners from across Kenya, and winners of the First Ladies Mazingira Awards 2025, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On the onset, Your Excellency, allow me to contextualize the presentations by our young learners. It is about the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss, and waste management. And Your Excellency, 2 things still stand out. And even as we go to COP30 in Belém, Brazil, the fossil fuel conversation and the failed negotiation on the plastic treaty. And we are hoping as we host the 8 negotiations, we are on the 8th one, Your Excellency. We went to the 7th one. We've done 5, so we had to do 5.1, 5.2. We failed, we didn't agree on the plastic treaty. We are pushing that we are going to host as Kenya the negotiation, and we are hoping that we are going to get a treaty on plastic pollution and the negotiated plastic treaty for the globe. And therefore, Your Excellency, it resonates well, and it gives me great pleasure to join you for this year's First Ladies Mazingira Awards, a transformative program that inspires environmental and climate consciousness among the children and the young people across Kenya. Your Excellency, allow me first to commend your visionary leadership, the Flama Initiative, which you launched during the inaugural Africa Climate Summit in 2023, was a bold statement that voices and creativity of children must be central in shaping Africa's and Kenya's response to climate crisis. Your Excellency, at the second Africa Climate Summit held just a month ago in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Your Excellency, you once again demonstrated the leadership by hosting the Africa's Children Climate Summit, where the voices of children from across the continent were amplified and heard. Through your leadership, Kenya has shown children are not just victims of climate change. They are agents of change, innovators, and champions of hope. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, globally, the engagement of children and youth climate action is guided by Article 6 of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, the Action for Climate Empowerment, and it outlines 6 priority areas, including education, training, public awareness, public participation, access to information, and international cooperation. At a continental level, Your Excellency, the African Union Strategy on Climate Change and Resilient Development 2022-2032 underscores the importance of children, youth as key partners in advancing climate action. This continental strategy calls for inclusive learning systems, environmental education, and innovative communication approaches that inspire intergenerational action for sustainable Africa. I'm proud, Your Excellency, to know that Kenya continues to lead in the continent in operationalizing these frameworks. The Climate Change Act of 2016 and the Climate Change Amendment Act of 2023 have strengthened institutional mechanisms for public participation, education, and capacity building in climate action. With the support, Your Excellency, we have developed the National Climate Change Learning Strategy 2021-2031, in which we have identified the Kenya Climate Change Art and Essay Competition as a key action under the Climate Action Plan. I am pleased to note that the First Ladies Mazingira Awards is a national expression and expansion of this very action, advancing climate learning and creativity through art, essays, innovation, and environmental practice. And this approach, Your Excellency, nurtures creativity, awareness, and behavioral change among learners. Additionally, we have developed the Kenya Subnational Children's Climate and Disaster Risk Model, an interactive tool co-created by the Climate Change Directorate, UNICEF, and others. Your Excellency, allow me to also recognize the major milestone under your leadership, and that of His Excellency the President. The President gazetted the 10th of October as National Mazingira Day, a day for every Kenyan to celebrate and take a practical action for the environment. This year, we are rallying all Kenyans to go back to their schools, primary schools, to establish free tree orchards, ensuring that every school contributes to the climate resilience, nutrition, and green learning environment. Your Excellency, I know this aligns directly with the remarkable work that you have been leading through the Mama Kitchen Gardens and the Mama Fruit Gardens programs, which support the schools to food secure and environmentally sustainable. We are fully behind you, Your Excellency, in executing this vision and ensuring that schools across Kenya become hubs of food security, learning, and environmental action. I recall with deep appreciation that last year, Your Excellency, you graciously hosted us at State House again, Nairobi, for Flama 2024 as part of the Mazingira Day celebrations, a gesture that reinforced your commitment to nurturing the environmental consciousness of our children. Allow me to take this opportunity to warmly congratulate all the Flama 2025 winners, the learners and schools whose art, poetry, innovation, and essays have demonstrated exceptional creativity and environmental awareness. You are the true ambassadors of Kenya's green future. Your work reminds us that climate action is not just the responsibility of one generation, but a shared legacy of hope, courage, and imagination. To you, teachers and mentors, I extend my sincere appreciation for nurturing this brilliance and guiding our young people to see environmental conservation as both a duty and a calling. Your Excellency, Flama has demonstrated an embodiment of the ideals of inclusive and participatory climate governance. As government, we now have a responsibility to institutionalize and entrench Mazingira awards within the national policy and budget frameworks. This includes establishing a dedicated budget line under the relevant state departments to sustain Flama operations. And I was whispering to my colleague, PS Bitok, that CS Miano is here. We'll talk to PS Sylvia to make sure that we institutionalize this program. And also providing technical assistance and institutional strengthening to support the Flama Secretariat. And this institutionalization will ensure continuity, expand outreach, and scale the program to all schools. As I conclude, Your Excellency, allow me to personally commend your unwavering leadership, passion of empowering the next generation. Through Flama, you have created a platform where yet the youngest voices are heard, as we have seen, valued, and celebrated. You have shown that effective climate leadership is not just about policy and science, but about heart, imagination, and moral responsibility. On behalf of the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry, I assure you of our full support advancing Flama as a national flagship for child-led climate empowerment. Your Excellency, allow me to reiterate that the success of Flama demonstrates that when we invest in our creativity and intellect of our children, we invest in the sustainability of our planet. I urge us to continue working together as government, educators, communities, and development partners to nurture a generation that loves and protects our environment. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Asanteni.